Good morning, and thank you, fellow honorees, for setting the tone that I don't know what I'm going to do with. You really know how to put old quarterback at the test, don't you? I have to do what I can to try to follow all these great speeches. The Commandant, the staff, faculty, and to our fearless leader for life, Colonel Collins. When she says do it, just do it. Don't ask why, and just go do it. This is a momentous occasion for me. I'm delighted to be in such a great class. It's a pleasure to come back to our alma mater. I won't be long, I promise you that. But I do think it's important that we remember that today is yesterday's tomorrow. And yesterday I was in the seat where the students are. Today I'm here receiving an award for work that I did that was inspired in some part by what I learned here at the War College. I'd like to thank my wife, my family, my kids who are here, my grandkids, for letting me have the time to go and do those things which justified my presence here. You don't do it by yourself. But you see, I have to give a lot of credit to my hometown, Laurel, Mississippi, for the tone they set in getting me out of the starting blocks. There were community leaders who made the time to be sure we were prepared. It had nothing to do with money. It had to do with spirit. It had to do with qualifications. It had to do with learning how to be somebody. Because one day, with the right motivation, you too could be leading and helping somebody do the same thing. My mother was a midwife. She delivered so many children, I'm not going to even get into that. But it goes without saying that she also made a mark. And that mark was no child should be born without love. It was free. And they are what you make them. And I followed that philosophy all of my life, and I still do. Because she would come down and wrap me upside the head in a heartbeat. You know better than that, boy. And so you just go with it. To the students here, this is a great learning experience. I can tell you without fear of contradiction of all the volunteer work I did, there was none more challenging than organizing the Boy Scout parade for our class. I was about to pray for Nam there for about a few minutes, I tell you. Just get out of here any kind of way you can. I have never had so much trauma brought on me as they brought by our classmates. But we had a parade. And everybody was out there, and everybody wrote their critique sheets. And I wrote just a few words on mine saying, I'm out of here. I took care of that. So I'm delighted to be here. And I say today is yesterday is tomorrow because some of my guests epitomize exactly what we were talking about. Members from my hometown, my extended family, they're here. That family made a difference in how a lot of things happened in my hometown. Dan and Joanna Rose, the hardest thing you ever try to do is tell Dan Rose no. It's not a part of his life. He don't understand it. There is no such word in there. So that I got on the board of the Harlem Education Activity Fund because Dan said, I need you. I said, Dan, I don't have any money. He said, I need you. I didn't ask you about your money. And so it was a great journey when we can now see kids coming back. One of the members of our board of the Harlem Education Activity Fund is now a board member. It just so happens he's a practicing pediatrician. That's the standard that he set and the goal we're all trying to achieve. And I'm delighted, Dan, that you and Joanna could take time from your busy schedule to come down and share this. To the War College class, you're on the clock right now. Don't wait to get out of active duty before you start making a difference in your community. The quality of life of your soldiers and service members and their families is where that starts. And you have to make the time to have the family and the service, not the family or. If you manage it right, whether you're here, overseas, or somewhere else, you can make a difference. And that's what these things are saying. We've tried to make a little difference drawing on all the experiences we had worldwide in our military duties. We appreciate the challenge, but by the same token, we brought a lot of experience to the party. That's what helped us get the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Bill. I was not the first, second, or third choice to be a part of that. I was selected because nobody else wanted the job. Well, right now we have the most visited memorial in the country, down on the mall, and we're saying thank you for your service because those people during that era deserved it. In my judgment, that was the third most challenging time in our country's history. First being the Civil War, second being the Revolution, first being the Revolution, second being the Civil War, and the third being the Vietnam era. We had to rededicate ourselves to the fundamentals that got us here. And that's what volunteer service is all about. It's not all grandiose and high profile and I'm going to give you awards. It's looking at each individual and saying, are you happy? Did it make a difference? I can recall right now in my hometown citizenship classes where they taught people citizenship so they passed the test. Reading, night classes for folk who were illiterate. They went to school with pride. The community provided that with volunteers. Those are the little things that you, the military, can be involved in. Doesn't cost you anything but time. Time is life. That means most important gift of all. I leave you now with a comment that says, the most valuable gift you have is time. Once it's gone, there's no oops there and come and bring it back. Life is a one-act play with no dress rehearsal. This is the real deal. And I advise you now to please spend your time wisely, bend over and help somebody else, and you will feel a great spirit of gratification from that. To my fellow honorees, I can't tell you how much and what a thrill it is to be here on this platform with you. Colonel Collins, you're just a miracle worker. There's no question about it. To my friend Art Gregg, who painfully made me submit this. Now, when Art speaks, you listen. That's the way that works. And so thank you very much, Art, for thinking I qualified for this prestigious award. I know you all want to get to class because you can't wait to soak up all this sponge of learning. We all tell that lie when we're in your seat, so don't worry about it. But thank you very much. To the Commandant, thank you for letting us have your place for a while. It was a great thrill. And I thank you very, very much for this recognition on behalf of me and my family. Thank you.